Ooh, oh. Born with the right, etched in stone. Second Amendment, we stand alone. Guns in our hands, freedom's call. Hunt the wild, never take the fall. Fire, lock and load, let them roar. Shoot 'em straight, Second Amendment score. Buckshot flying, deers in sight. Rock the range on the night. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Trail through the woods, rifle raised high. One clean shot, watch the trophy fly. Targets downrange, bullseye hit. Guns don't kill, our spirits lit. Fire, lock and load, let them roar. Shoot 'em straight, Second Amendment score. Hunt, shoot, rock forever free. Amendment, eternity. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? JD 701 Nation, episode 002. Played a little intro song there just to get everybody a little chance to jump on here and get going. Hey, Brian, what's up, my fellow MVE? Boom Country, evening, buddy. How's it going out there in Dickinson? Western Edge, I bet Dan's going to jump on here from the Western Edge as well. So what coming up on the show tonight, I don't know, maybe Boom went down to SHOT Show. I don't know if he did or not. And I'm not sure if Facebook, if the comments are going to come through again. Good evening, Waylon. How you doing, buddy? If the comments are going to come through on Facebook, I didn't get a chance to contact them. But I will have my phone on, so if people are going to watch on Facebook, I will see their comments on my phone. I'll put it on my page. So I'm just doing a few social media things here, and then I'll be getting right to what we're going to talk about this evening. It's going to be on about an hour and 15. If you haven't watched the show before or heard the show, I got some topics that we're going to talk about. I'll do some reading off them and give you my opinion, some off the cuff stuff. And no, next year, said Boom Country Hydrographics. All right, buddy. Sounds good. We got a few things from SHOT Show we're going to talk about. Those should be fun. But I don't see any. Let me see if I got the comments coming through here on Facebook. It doesn't look like they are on the feed here. I'm going to look right now. Brian's watching tests. Brian tested it. Nope. No dice. I'm going to have to get a hold of Restream. But like I said, I got it right here. I'll be able to see the comments coming through. So that sucks. I wish they'd come through on here, but I should have contacted them this week. Didn't have a chance. But if you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and comment. I'll see your comments on my phone here. I'll just leave it on. So anyways, coming up tonight, speaking of SHOT Show, new ammo from the SHOT Show 2026. Interesting new ammo, they say. Outdoor Life article. Some are pretty cool. Hey, Dan Hager, what's up, buddy? I'll be lurking and listening. Dan Hager TV there on YouTube. And Lyman's got some new wallets. They're saying wallet friendly, which they are. They're called SONICORE suppressors. SONICORE, not SONICORE. SONICORE is my toothbrush. SONICORE suppressors. We'll talk about those. I'm pretty interested in these. I kind of have something similar to those. And the Trump administration, I feel like there's something on my glasses. Orders, which this was Doug Burgum here in the Department of Interior. More federal land open for hunters. We'll talk about that, how much it is, which is pretty sweet. You got to like that whenever you get more public land opened up here. And, of course, the happy ending hootenanny coming to us from Chicago. And after that, we'll talk a little current events. You guys want to talk a little little current events, what's going on in politics here and stuff like that. We'll hit on a little bit of that. I kind of leave that open to if you guys want to bring something up. I'm open to that. I got a few things I want to talk about, and we'll hit on that. But yeah. Other than that, people are jumping on here. Let's get to. I'll tell you what. If you're on some other social media, I'm not going live. I got my X page right at JDB 701 Nation. You can check that one out. I mean, I post videos and stuff there. I'm not going live there because I got to get them. Not yet, anyways. We'll see how everything goes here with me doing this. If I do, I'll get. You got to pay to go live there. YouTube 701 Nation, JD, everybody's on there with that, and Facebook. I'm on. It was JD Smith. It's not anymore. Now it's spelled out 701 Nation. You got to just spell that whole. They wouldn't let me use 701 Nation for whatever reason. And Rumble, that's just at 701 Nation. I'm not going live there either. I'm just doing it to Facebook. And I don't have up the podcast yet. I will get to that. And I'm going to get a scanner, get it up here, and maybe something for Venmo. Should be next week or the week after. If you listened last week, I'm probably going to just try and get like people to donate or subscribe to their channel and pay it that way. If that doesn't work, I'm probably out because I like people. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some leftist dickheads lurking in the background who can't stand it, but whatever. If they want to do it, I like people listening to the show who like it and don't give a fuck if I say what I just said right there, right? I don't want to tweak out some sponsors. If I get sponsors, cool. If not, hey. And if I don't get enough donations to keep it going to pay the bills and get it, well, then I'm going to shut her down. But like I said, we're going to give it about 3 months trying to get established. There's a lot of shit to get established, trying to get sponsors, or not sponsors, but people subscribing to your, like my YouTube channel and Facebook page. I changed the name on that, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But until then, let's have a little fun. Talk about it, like I said, first one. Some other people jumped on. I'll go through real quick. We're going to talk about interesting new ammo from the SHOT Show here that just got finished down in Vegas. Lyman's got some new wallet-friendly suppressors and I just bought one last week. Man, it was nice not paying that extra $200. That's pretty sweet. I do like that. And Trump ordered more federal land open hunting. Happy ending hootenanny. And then we'll hit on some current events at the end of the show. Like I said, if you guys want whatever you guys want to talk about, Minneapolis, whatever we can talk about it. I'm good to go with that. So let's hit it. Let's hit it right now here. Let's go start out with this interesting. This is an Outdoor Life article. I've never shot one of these, and I don't know anybody who has one. 7mm backcountry, introduced, I believe, last year by Federal. So Remington comes out with their ammo for this. 3 new loadings and 7. They're calling it 7 BC. 175 boom countries. I need to buy a new LPM. You got to let me know what LPM is. He says Fort Scott tumble on impact ammo. Yeah, I have seen that. That's freaking sweet. I do like that. And tumble on impact stuff that leaves some good wound channels there. So. All right, let me check here. All right, Brian, I still see you. Brian, if you're on Facebook, man, MVE, I got you. Like I said, comments ain't coming through. I will contact Restream this week, but if you comment on Facebook, I got it right down here, and I can see it on my phone. So anyway, 7 BC Remington, 175 grain core lock. Man, them core locked always seem just like inaccurate shit to me, but whatever. This is new Remington, the ammo company. Okay, got you, Brian. Or Boom Country, Liberty Precision Machine Suppressors. Yeah, that's what Brian MVE there had that at the Coyote Rifle Steel Challenge. Real nice and quiet, man. It's a sweet can. Core locked 175 core lock tipped. So they put a little tip on the core lock, give it a little higher BC, and then they got the 175 grain Premier long range spear impact. I got some spear bullets right over there on my reloading bench. I'm going to reload them either later tonight or tomorrow, and then I'm heading out to do a little range test tomorrow. There'll be a video probably tomorrow night or Monday. 6.5 Creedmoor, 120 grain spears. So I'll have the velocity and accuracy and long range. Have a little fun blowing some shit up and on some steel and that. But so like I said, as a refresher here, the 7 BC Federal came out with it. There's like heavy bullets that are supposed to outperform other 7MMs, like 28 Nosler, 7mm PRC, 7 mag, whether, maybe. Like I said, I haven't seen the velocity on these. I'm sure their BC's higher with that. Brian says I'm everywhere. I like that, Brian. Good. You give me more views. I appreciate that, brother. But yeah, I don't know. Personally, I'm never going to own a seven backcountry. If any of you guys do or know anybody who does, go ahead and throw it in the comments what you think of it, what they think of it. You know, probably awesome for hunting elk or moose or huge shit like that. I'm not going to hunt stuff like that. It's not in my wheelhouse. I'm not doing it. One shot cap fried up some elk chilicote as we speak. Awesome. Thanks for joining the show, Cap. I appreciate you, man. Bring them. All right. Hold on here. Here we go. I'm checking. Okay, nothing yet there. I appreciate you guys watching on Facebook either way. I get a lot more people watching on Facebook when I when I do on my own channel like this, and for whatever reason, than when I did when I was at GAT 71. Don't Chislick, he says. Okay, Chislick. I pronounce it wrong. My bad. I'm not familiar with too much with elk meat, but all right. Next one here. This one kind of interests me here. Olympic Arms 30 Epic, brand new cartridge introduced from Olympic Arms. I guess they're Olympic used to be in Washington, right? But they're in Helena, Montana now, I guess. Boom says coworker has a backcountry. He likes it. All right, awesome, man, awesome. Good to get a little feedback on that. I mean, if we ever get somebody who's got one, we'd be more than happy to do a little range test on that baby. So this Olympic 30, they set out to create the most powerful carbine cartridge possible. It's a 30 cal bullet optimized for 110 grain bullet weights and is loaded with pistol powder. So this round zips out at almost 2,800 feet per second. That's out of a carbine, 16-inch. And I watched the video on it. It's they kind of say it's similar in size to like a 7.62 by 3, like an AK round. But obviously, if it's going 2,800, that's 400 or 500 feet per second faster than you get with a AK round. So out of a 16-inch, that's good. I mean, that's awesome with a 110 grainer. I mean, yeah, and AK bullets are usually like 124 or some 123s, but 110 grain bullet, you can get it done on freaking any deer with a 110 grainer, in my opinion. So they got one here, shoddy shells. To be fair, I'm not really up to speed on shotgun shells, but this one's called a Rob Roberts Raptor, and this is steel shot stuff. I'm really not up to speed on steel shot. Collaboration between Federal and renowned choke maker Rob Roberts. I got a question here. Oh, wait, hold on, let me answer this. I got to answer a text here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second to answer this text. We'll finish on. Oh man! All right, I got to share this link for somebody. They're not sure. This is what happens when you're going live stream, man. Right? You got to, and you're doing it yourself. When you got two people going, it's a lot easier. But here's what we're going to do right now. Paste this baby. And then we'll finish with the shotgun ammo. All right. Barbara, you may proceed. All right. Back out of the shotgun shells. Collaboration between Federal and renowned choke maker Rob Roberts encompasses 6 all-steel waterfall loads developed to produce tight, efficient patterns with Rob Roberts Raptor series chokes. See, like I said, I'm not familiar with none of that. I don't know if you guys are. Any of you guys do a lot of waterfall hunting? Let me know what you think of this Rob Roberts. I haven't. I mean, that's Chinese to me. I mean, I know what a shotgun choke is, obviously, but these loads are available in 12 gauge, 2 3/4 inch shells with a payload of 1 3/8 ounce at 1,400 feet per second, which I think is pretty fast for shotties. In number 2s, 3s, and 4s. These 3 shot sizes are also available in 3-inch 20 gauge with 1 ounce payloads at 1,400 feet per second. Okay, gotcha. Let's go next up, Nosler Whitetail Country. I think I talked about these on another one, on another stream I did a while. I think I was still at GAT 701 then. It's an expansion of the relatively new deer load announced in 2024. Nosler is offering a few new lighter bullets in its solid baseline with 100 grain 243, 150 308, 150 30-06, Nosler also added the 400 Legend in a 215 grain to its straight wall whitetail. Yeah, them straight walls are pretty popular in the States. That Minnesota's got it. I think they go, yeah, I think we talked about that too. Minnesota and Iowa and these states, Ohio, they got shit like that. Anyway, the 400 grain or 400 Legend, 215 grain, and they got the 350. It's already 350 and 45.70. I shot the 350 before. That thing's pretty sweet. I did like that way more than I thought I would. And while you're at it, Nosler also added 3 loads for revolvers. If you're a big revolver person, I like revolvers. I just own them 22. I don't own. They're pretty cool though. ASP line, 125 grain 38 special, 125 38 357 mag, and a 240 grain 44 mag. Boom Country, my new Olympic Arms 243 Win super short mag is inbound. We just relaunched Olympic Arms this year. All right, sweet, man. Sweet. He said, I can't afford another hobby. Can't look at shotties. Yeah, I mean, I'm too into. Hey, Brad, what's up, buddy? Just seeing he's watching. Appreciate you jumping on. Thanks for freaking checking the show out, man. Appreciate it. Hey, get yourself a adult beverage. Hey, Brad's a fellow right-wing MVE Ultra Mega Man. Love it. He was down years ago when the BLM and the Antifa freaks came down to Bismarck. He was right there standing with the rest of us on Main Street, man. It was awesome. Federal subsonic. I'm not a big sub guy, but this might change my mind a little bit. I know you see me and Axe kind of trash sub ammo. Yeah, they're quieter, but as far as like power, which is kind of what they're, lethal energy power, lethal put down power. Federal subsonic, they say as suppressor use skyrockets among hunters, which it has. I mean, I got some stats on my phone. I don't want to dig them up, but they're huge. That $200 off, God, that's nice doing that now. And all these other cans coming out, the price of them are going to come down. There's renewed energy around subsonic offerings from ammo makers that actually expand. Right, because like I said, they're shit. I thought they did, they poked holes, but these are going to expand, they say, for cleaner, lethal kills. Historically, subsonic is great in theory, but it's impractical for hunting. Right. Even up here, I mean, if you're hunting, North Dakota's kind of open, prairie, open lands hunting. If you're hunting a bunch of trees or on the river bottom or something, it'd probably be good for that. I don't know the distances these are good for yet. I'm guessing, 150 yards, which is it's a fairly good deer shot. What's up, Axe? My man Axe just clicked in on Facebook. Again, if you're just getting in on Facebook, it's the comments still aren't coming through right as I'm watching my computer, but I got my phone here on the channel. I can see your comments, so I will get it remedied by next week. I should have did it, but shit happens. So, anyways, continuing on here, Federal is cracking into the subsonic market with ammo developed with low velocity expansion in mind, which makes this line more suitable for hunters. The Minnesota-based ammo maker. Oh, maybe the freaking losers over there who are freaking protesting law enforcement and enforcement of our laws will be all about it now. Announced that a handful of loads in this line, including a Fusion 3030. Well, that's sweet. I got a 3030. I'm right. 4570 and Fusion Tip 308, 6.5 bleed more, and the 300 blackout. Love it. Okay, those are some good choices right there. I like that. I'm definitely on board with the 6.5 Creed. And my Creed is suppressed. It's quiet already. I'd be curious to see what you never know. We'll see what happens here. Anyways, Barnes, they're getting on here. Their suppressor series. Also paying attention to the demand for subsonic rifle ammo for hunters with its new suppressor series ammo. This brand new line includes 5 offerings through the 2 loaded for the 2 loaded for hunters will be a 205 grain 308. That's a big bullet, man. That's a hammer right there. And the 205 300 ACC blackout. I don't own the 308 or an ACC blackout, but hey, I'm in on it. Sounds good. Barnes also announced his harvest line. I think you guys, when I was still one of the last shows I did with GAT 701, I talked about this Barnes harvest line. Seems pretty good. Sierra Tip Game King bullets, 100 grain, 6 arc, 150 grain, 7 MO8. My man Gene down there in South Dakota, that's his. And 100 grain, 180 grain, 7 PRC. Yeah, sounds like some good shit right there. 6.5, need more, says One Shot Cap. LOL. Need more, bleed more. I mean, that sumbitch has worked great for me. I got nothing bad to say about the Creed. Super accurate. Love it. I love the 6.5 Creed, actually. All right, Winchester. Last one here on the interesting new ammo from 2026. Yeah, Winchester Supreme Long Range. Winchester ammo, I'm generally not, other than their pistol ammo, I'm not a fan of. But their Supreme ammo and everything I've shot it in and seen it shot works great, man. Even the 223, I think they got that. There's a 243. I can't remember. One of them two. Guy I work with, this kid used it. I think it was a 223, maybe. Worked awesome on the deer. But anyway, all new line. This is an all new line from Winchester. Developed it with thick wall jackets. Well, I will say something about this too. If you heard me before, they always make this whitetail ammo and whitetail. This Winchester Supreme Long Range. Actually, they got a mule deer on the cover, which I'm a fan of because I'm a big muley man. I love mule deer hunting. They finally got a mule deer on the cover, and I think they're catering to them at these longer ranges out west in the mountains, in Idaho, Wyoming, and I don't know. I've never hunted mule deer out there. I don't know how far, if their shots are any farther than they are here. I mean, we're pretty open country in North Dakota as well. So the load was developed with long range flight stability in mind and a large diameter tip, big tip on it for expansion at distance. Winchester also emphasized the precision and consistency of the load of its match grade primers and consistent manufacturing and assembly equipment. Yeah, I mean, I've shot, I reload. I've tried to match primers. Honestly, I don't know that in my experience. I've never had a better accuracy, even minutely, than I have with just like your standard CCIs or your Federal 205s or 210s, whatever. I haven't. Maybe you guys have. I haven't. I don't know. Do I have some? Yeah, I'm going to load some up with that Creed. I'm going to put them against the CCIs. Head out to the Rock Range tomorrow at Axes and give them a go. We'll see which one's better. Supreme Long Range is available in 5 popular loads. 195 grain, and that's big. And a 300 Win mag, that's a hammer right there. 300 Win short mag, they're both 195. 30-06. Man, they're going 195 and that 30-06, and 140 grain projectile. And we just talked about it. 6.5 Creed and 6.5 PRC. Sweet, man. I mean, that's some sweet bullets right there. You big mule deer hunter, you hunt out west, maybe elk. 140 grain should do you good on that, on the 6.5 Creed on an elk. A couple hundred yards, probably you're still good. I'm going by what my elk hunting buddies say. So there's no we don't got any commercial advertisements. We're just going to keep rolling here. I talked at the beginning of the show. Lyman, here's their new cans coming out. I seen these. They were talked about a little bit before SHOT Show came out. Interested me. They're called SONICORE. Brand new from Lyman Products. If you know Lyman, they make a lot of reloading gear. I mean, that's kind of where Lyman, in my opinion, makes their name in the reloading industry there. They introduced 11 suppressor models across 4 platforms. Hey, Dan Brown, good afternoon. Thanks for clicking in, my friend. Dan Brown out there on the western edge and then Dickeyville. 11 suppressor models across 4 platforms for 2026. I'll wait till the price at the end here for you, and you guys think if it's wallet friendly or not, right? 4 modular designs for AR style rifles, light hunting rifles, 9mm handguns, and 22 rimfire. These affordable suppressors are already proving to be a hit. Yeah, and if you haven't seen them, I was going to load up some pictures, but you guys can look them up. Just Lyman SONICORE suppressors. Put that up. They're just basic black tubes. Right now, outside of them's knurled. It doesn't look like there's no flash suppressors or nothing machined in the front. So, but whatever. I mean, they look, and they're made out of aluminum, so they're super light. I think the heaviest one I seen was like 13.7 ounces. Anyways, let's get into them a little more here. I'm very interested in these. I'll tell you when we get going here. 3 of the 4 SONICORE designs are designed by a Danish company, bringing American shooters proven designs that are popular in Europe. 2 centerfire cans, the Wrecker, which is designed for gas guns, and the Paradox, which is meant for lever action and bolt guns. So yeah, what they're talking about, this European design, it's just they got different chambers and they all screw together. kind of like I got two cans like that. Rebel silencers out of Texas are no longer, and there's a few other companies, but they all got separate chambers. They just screw together, little like half-inch, quarter-inch chambers, 8, 9 of them. They work good. They work good. I never even take mine apart anymore. Oh, you got to take them apart and clean them, JD. The first one I ever bought is the Rebel Silence, the Hunter, and that sucker is like probably 8 inches long. I quit taking it apart a long time ago, and I've weighed it. I put it on a scale and weighed it. It's like 1 ounce. It was 1 ounce heavier than when I first got it, and that might have been because I had the mount on the dang thing, I think, actually. And that sucker's got like, I don't have an exact count for you, but 5,000 to 7,000 rounds through it. Still super quiet. I mean, you can look in there. It's good. It's all aluminum too. It's on my gun. My daughter uses a 223 short barrel, a Ruger Ranch, actually. Great can. I mean, the design works. I prefer a one piece, but I mean, for the price these are, what's the price? Hang on, we're getting to that at the end here. I will tell you that back in the day, and the Rebels don't have the same design of these do as some of them here with the inserts, which we'll talk about. They were like $300 plus your 200, so that was 500, right? And like I said, they were good. Some people would frown on them because they were cheap, but I don't give a shit. A lot of cheap shit doesn't work good. Those things are cheap and they work good. Anyways, let's get into them here. The Wreckers, REKKR, are designed for gas guns, like I said. For high volume semi-automatic rifle shooters, the Wrecker is offered in 223 and 30 caliber in both direct thread and over barrel configurations. Yeah, they got the over barrel. I mean, they seem like they work. I don't know why. They turn me off for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not saying they don't work. And maybe if I shot one, but it's meant to keep like your 16-inch barrel. You can go over the barrel, right? And it'll keep your length longer. Otherwise, instead of having like a 7-inch, 8-inch can on there, it'll go over the barrel and you're down to like a 5-inch, right? From everything I've ever seen them, they work freaking great. So maybe for the price of these, maybe I get hooked into it. So anyways, a light modular suppressors machine from 6026 T9 aluminum with 303 stainless steel baffle inserts and thicker wall construction for durability, as well as an integrated stainless steel muzzle brake. So, like, right, what they're talking about is these inserts. Basically, just simple it down, where the hole is, right, your hole where the bullet's going to go through, they got stainless steel insert. That's so they don't get blasted out and bigger, and you wear your can out. It looks pretty cool. I seen them cut in half. Just check them. I'm sold on these things right now until and if I don't think there's any QD mounts for them, which I'm fine with. Pardon me. But QDs, I was reading something the other day and watching a few other things. QDs are actually quieter, or not QDs, but direct threads are actually quieter than the quick detach. So I'm cool with that. And you snap them on there. Very seldom do they come. They don't come. Some of them, one of them I got comes loose, but I mean, I could really crank that sucker down and make it so it doesn't, but I don't. I just check it every, like 30, 40 rounds I shoot. And anyways, yeah, a little thicker wall on that one too. So they're, and even the Rebels I got, I mean, you could bump fire a couple megs through them if you wanted to, but I mean, as far as like just hammering through them with a drum mag or something, not recommended. It's aluminum, man, but I mean, they work good. And if you're gonna go the range, go to the range and bam, and you're banging steel and all that bullshit and shooting 500 rounds in a couple hours, yeah, get yourself something else, probably, right? Not one of these. All right, let's go to the next one. The Paradox, which again is the design for gas guns. Designed as a lightweight hunting can, is available in 223, 30 cal, and is in direct thread and over the barrel configurations. Like the Wrecker, the Paradox features aluminum baffle modules with stainless steel inserts that form a strong steel core. It also has a black non-glare mil-spec hard coat anodized finish and integrated stainless steel muzzle brake. Now, I mean, this one, if I'm going to hunt with an AR, this is probably the one I'm going to get, this Paradox. The Wrecker, I mean, if just for out banging, shooting prairie dogs and and shit like that. Yeah, or if you don't shoot a whole ton, this paradox is probably your thing. I mean, look at the price, and it's going to be lighter because the wall isn't as thick, right? The walls are, I mean, it's pretty sweet. I mean, check these things out. Let's go. So we got the next coming up. Scarv, SKARV 22. Obviously, we're going to know what this one is, right? A rimfire. Light modular rimfire pistol and rifle suppressor built from, again, 6026 T9 aluminum. Black non-glare mil-spec finish found on the rest of the SONICORE cans. It's easy to disassemble. Yeah, it probably is before you shoot it. But if you ever shot suppressed 22 can, you're going to need to get yourself some of that the stuff you soak it in and take apart the suppressor cleaner with the. It shit works, and you definitely, if you're going to get a 22 can, I 100% recommend that. I've tried it; works freaking great for 22s. Actually, talked to a guy who used it on his 30 cal can here not too long ago, and he said it worked awesome for that too. So, yeah, the suppressor cleaner stuff, the lube, and you leave it in there for 2 days, 100%. I recommend that. So the knurled exterior provide, right? It's like I said in the beginning. If you missed it, the outside is like knurled. Well, you know what I mean, like the knurled, like the little tiny diamonds that are on a lot of shit for grip. That's how I think all of them are on the outside. Good for grabbing onto for sure. Okay, improves heat dissipation. Okay, maybe with a 1/2 inch by 28 direct thread fits most threaded rimfires. Yeah, and man, these are these are going to be cheap. I'm going to probably buy a couple of these, and all my 22s are going to be freaking suppressed for sure. Let's go on here. Last one, Valor 9, obviously 9mm. I'm going to get one. I definitely need a 9mm can. 9mm pistol features 8 baffles in its full length configuration. Right. So like I was saying to you guys, they all screw apart, and you can screw the baffles on to make them shorter. Depends on how your ears ring. I just keep it full length. Who gives a shit? I like it nice and quiet with no recoil. So the user can tailor the length for the job at hand. The Valor 9 is made of, again, 60/20 T9 aluminum, same finish, same knurled exterior, features an integrated booster system. And if you don't shoot handgun suppressed, there's a spring in there. They call it a booster. Otherwise, you get like a single shot thing. You got to have that booster to make it function. 2 thread options, 1/2 inch by 28, and the 13.5 by 1.0 left-handed. All right, here's what we're all looking for, right? The MSP. What do they cost? You said they're affordable. You said they are. MSRP. This is an MSRP. That doesn't mean what they're going to go for, right? The MSRP, when these companies say it, is usually $20, $30, $100 more. I'll bet you they're going to go $20 less than this. MSRP on these cans range from the low end, $199, my friends, $199 to $299, $300 for a can. I mean, and there's no freaking, yeah, you still got to do the fingerprints and all that bullshit, but $300 with no tax stamp, that's freaking awesome. To save your hearing, trust me, and my ears are starting to ring more. I got to need more cans. And Lyman's already looking ahead with plans to create a 45 cal, 6mm, and possibly an AK specific can if you like shooting them commie freaking guns. That's actually, the AKs are probably like these losers in Minnesota who are protesting law enforcement and the rule of law. That's probably them loser commies will probably end up shooting AKs because they are losers. And so keep your eye out, man. These are going to be pretty sweet. Hey, man, I own an AK and I'm not a commie. I know there's some good people who own AKs and aren't commies, but it is a commie gun, man. An AK is a commie gun. And yeah, let's. We're not going to get into that. So, all right, coming up yet, we're still going to have, if you joined us late here, Trump orders more federal lands open for hunters, which is awesome, right? Happy ending hootenanny, and then we're going to get into some current events. By current events, I mean anything currently in the politics or anything you guys want to talk about. Like I said, I'm going to leave that up to you guys when we get into that. I can talk about some political shit. I got some stuff on my phone. I prefer talking about what you guys want to talk about when we get into that, because if I get rolling on some shit, you know I'm going to get freaking heated up about some freaking commie bastards out in Minnesota and LA, and the rest of these shitheads who are out protesting ICE doing doing God's work here for the United States. Yeah, I mean, I kind of said that just in case some leftist is hanging around in the shadows and hears that and just gets tweaked. I doubt it. They probably, who's just freaking knuckle dragging loser. Anyways, let's get into it. Doug Burgum. I mean, a lot of us North Dakota aren't a fan. Maybe not a lot, but let's just get into what Dougie Burgum did here. U.S. Secretary of the Interior, Doug Burgum, recently issued an order to help remove unnecessary barriers to hunting and fishing on public lands. Hey, man, I don't know how you can bitch about him for that. 7-page order SO3447 recognizes that hunting and fishing are foundational components of the nation's conservation tradition. In a salute to that, it details all bureaus and offices under the Interior Department to, quote, identify and remove unnecessary regulatory or administrative barriers to hunting and fishing on department-managed lands and waters, and expand access and opportunities where compatible with law, refuge purposes, park enabling statutes, reclamation area requirements, safety, and conservation needs. All right, I'm going to stop right there before I go on. If you're mad at Trump and some shit, Joe Biden expanded the government regulation to block hunting and shit on public lands, right, in federal land. Trump's opening it up for hunting. I mean, this is hunting land. I'm not sure if it's for shooting too, but there's Democrats close this shit down and don't want you hunting on it, riding your UTVs on it, none of that shit, right? So if you're a gun owner, a hunter, and you're getting a little butt sore about what happened to this turd in Minnesota, get over it, man. We're going to get into that later. I see we're going to end up talking about this shit. They're opening up public land, taxpayer lands. They're opening up for us to hunt and shoot on and do our thing, man. If the Democrats close that shit down, it is undeniable. They close it down, access to it. Trump administration's opening it up. Even if you don't like Doug Burgum, he's still a hunter. He's a gun owner. You think Democrats are going to put in Secretary of Interiors that do that kind of shit? No. And sign open carry, constitutional carry? No, they don't. You can bullshit yourself, but they don't. So the order also, here we go again. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna say something else. The order also does not restrict the use of traditional lead ammo on these public lands, which the Democrats always fucking do. No, lead is so bad for you and poisonous. It kills bald eagles and this and that, which is definitely debatable. Been proven bullshit on more than one occasion. I'm pretty sure I've talked about that. That's awesome because if you got to hunt and use copper rounds, they cost way more. I can tell, like almost twice as much. I did a cost comparison before. Maybe again I will someday. But go into Mandan Sporting Goods or somewhere and Shields, anywhere, Little Angry Man Arms, wherever you want to go and buy ammo, and pick up the comparable bullet weight and bullet cartridge to all copper and lead. I mean, the copper shit's way more. So if you want to pay more for your ammo and get restricted where you can use it and restricted on any land you can go on, vote for a fucking Democrat next time around. Keep pissing and moaning about Trump. The department, former North Dakota Governor Burgum oversees and manages over 500 million acres of public land, roughly 1/5 of the nation's land, largely through the Bureau of Land Management, National Park Service, and Fish and Wildlife Services. The move was welcomed by conservation groups. I mean, that name, just that conservation group's name, right? That can get me kind of, but let's see who they are here. Hunters and anglers have long, this is Joel Peterson, spelled like Clay's name, but I'm pretty sure not related to Peterson, president and CEO for the Theodore Roosevelt Conservation Partnership. Not for sure, not, because Clay will tell you he thinks TR is a commie. Hunters and anglers have long been central to conserving wildlife and habitat in this country, funding conservation and supporting science-based management, and these actions help reinforce that legacy. We appreciate the Department of Interior's focus on ensuring that public lands provide meaningful, well-managed opportunities to hunt and fish. Exactly. Like I said, I mean, we got a Republican. Yeah, like I said, some people in the state don't like Doug Burgum. Um, I had a few problems with the guy, but overall, what he's doing now with Trump administration, I think he's been doing a hell of a job here, and this is great, man. This is great. He's opening up. It also saw support from the trade group for the American firearms industry, the NSSF, National Shooting Sports Foundation, which we might talk about a little later here in the current events. Larry Keene, he's the guy who's ahead of it, the NSF Senior Vice President for Government and Public Affairs. Secretary Burgum is delivering for hunters and conservationists through this announcement. NSSF has long advocated for public lands to be accessible for the American public, especially for hunting. Wildlife conservation decisions must be anchored in sound science that benefits healthy animal populations and the ability for Americans to enjoy the public lands for which they pay, which we do pay for them, right? Like Clay says, it's taxpayer funded land. It is. It's all funded by us. We are grateful to Secretary Burgum for his commitment to remove barriers of entry to the outdoors and incentivize proven wildlife conservation strategies. Yeah. Burgum, here, just a short little thing here before we move on. Burgum, the 55th Interior Secretary, is the former Republican governor of our great state of North Dakota, the 701 baby, and was confirmed by the U.S. Senate in a 79-18 vote for his position last year. As governor, Burgum approved numerous pro-Second Amendment bills, including one for permitless carry. Soon after taking up his current office at Interior, he moved to open up 87,000 acres of public land managed by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to hunting, fishing, and I do believe we talked about that. It's land you can actually go shooting on too. So thanks for that, and I'll add this in there too, since I know some people are cringing. Doug Burgum did get on board with, he wanted the red flag laws, which I was against him on that, but man signed constitutional carry. I will give him credit for that. That was awesome. And I remember it. There was a few other things he did too when he was governor, which is great, man. I love it. I love, we could, Tracy Potter and some other leftist, I mean, absolute leftist shit stains around against him. I mean, this state would have been, you bark about Burgum all you want, but it could have been one hell of a lot worse. That I can promise you, my friends. All right. Let's see here. I'm just checking. Man, this really bugs me that I don't got these. I'm going to get this comments things fixed for Facebook by the time next week rolls around here. Hopefully. I'm not going to guarantee nothing. That's going to see how we're going to work with Restream on it. I should have took care of that, but anyway, let's get on with it here. Whoa, happy ending hootenanny, baby. Who's ready for a hootenanny? I am. I'm ready. All right, so this one's going to take us Chicago, Illinois, on the morning of September 20th, 2025. Oh, yeah, I see you got to go all the way back to 2025 to have a gun. I don't. These happen every day. I know longtime listeners have heard me say this spiel, but they happen every day. But this is, I mean, we're going back to this one because I like this one. In Chicago, Illinois, on the morning of September 20th, 2025, a woman and her children were inside their home when a piece of shit began trying to kick down her back door while threatening to kill everyone inside. The woman immediately called both police and a female relative who lived nearby. Right, a female relative. The relative rushed to the home, found that the piece of shit had broken through a window and was continuing to threaten the family. She shot the turd multiple times. The assailant, oh, here we go. Here, this is just sweet right here, right? Nobody's going to guess what's coming next. The assailant, also known as the piece of shit, who had reportedly arrested 64 fucking times since 2009 for various charges, including criminal trespassing and aggravated battery. 64 times this son of a bitch is arrested since 2009. In Chicago, I guarantee Cook County leftist judge, guaranteed that's a leftist judge, lets these pieces of shit off the hook, right? And then when we get somebody in there who's common sense, pro-America, like President Trump, and goes in and tries to take care of these, the liberals fucking go ape shit that you want to put turds like this behind bars for good or deport the pieces of shit. God, people. Anyways, Guess here's where the happy ending hootenanny comes in. He was later pronounced dead at the hospital. No charges were pending against the armed defender at the time of the reporting. As there shouldn't be, a woman defended another woman and her children in the home from a freaking deranged, unhinged, psychopathic. Guarantee this guy's a Democrat piece of shit. 60 one shot cap. 64, that's it? Yeah, I mean, that's not too many over, since 2009, right? I mean, give the guy a break. My friends, that is one hell of a hootenanny. I love it. I love hootenannies like that. That's my kind of hootenanny. So, current events. You guys got any current events you want to talk about? We're 45 minutes into the show. I say we got about another... I mean, if you want to hit on it, if not, we can end this shit. We got another 15 minutes, if longer, depending on what we're going to talk about. I'll tell you what, I'm going to talk about something right here. Let me find out where the hell I had it. I had my, that's right, I got them right here. Here we go. So, this one, so we always talk about, right, like the leftists want illegals here because they want votes for them, right? I mean, even... Who's the guy from Pennsylvania, the big Democrat dude there? He even said it before. Yeah, of course that's why they want him here. So in Spain, it's an article from the Telegraph of the UK. Spain has started to legalize 500,000 undocumented, they're going to say migrants, illegal aliens, and give them the immediate right to work in a move to fight against and advance the far right. Oh, yeah. Can you guys guess why they want to give these illegals that? Yeah. Because they want to freaking win the election. They outright freaking admitted it. They outright admitted it, my friends. That's why they wanted to do it. Legalize 500,000 illegal aliens, right, to defeat the far right, which the far right to them is anybody who's got fucking common sense. And that's exactly part of the reason they're doing this in Minnesota, to cover the front. I mean, is there brain dead dipshits there who don't have any common sense or live in reality that think, yeah, picking on the illegals? Yeah, most of them aren't. They know what's going on there. Their easy winning of elections is going to get a lot harder for them. So Spain's pulling the same shit. Spain's a leftist country. A buddy of mine went over there for a while. I can't remember what he was doing there, but yeah, he told me, and he's a Republican. And he's like, yeah, it's freaking beautiful country, no doubt about it, right? A few of my friends went there, but and speaking of Minnesota, I love this one too, right? The leftists, Trump's a liar, and I don't know if you guys, I saw this the other day. Dick Durbin, Senate, I think he's a minority whip. Right, he's one guy below Schumer. Dick Durbin's a low-life piece of shit, anti-American. He was on the floor of the Senate bellyache, and he shared a picture of supposedly was a shooting of Alex Preddy there. He had it blown up. It was a huge picture, bigger than my sign behind me, right? Clearly a freaking AI-generated photo. One of the agents didn't even have a freaking head, and one of his knees was down. He was kneeling, and he didn't even have another leg. And this low-life scumbag Dick Durbin's on there trying to say this is an actual picture, but we're the people on the right. We're the people lying and making bullshit up. You can't make this shit up, Dick Durbin, you scumbag. Brian Hunter says, well, there won't be a 65. Talking about the happy ending hootenanny and the 64 crimes. That's right, Brian. And that's one hell of a hootenanny right there, right? You ain't going to be able to do a 65th. I love that shit. I love it. All right, let's go a little more. Oh, yeah, I was going to nail on this one. Here we go. Let's go back to a little firearm stuff here. Remington ammunition. We talked about Remington at the beginning of the show here, one of the new ammunitions rounds they got coming out there, but this one's a little different. They got it's the yellow. If you ever bought the Remington buckets, right, like the little round, hell, I don't know, is it a gallon bucket? Maybe, I don't even know if it's that big. Got the here, it looks like this. See if I can get it to focus in. There you go, right there. It's a Remington. They're coming out with these this year because the 250th anniversary of America. And coincidentally and correctly, our president is President Trump, loves America. Remington Don't Tread on Me is what they got here. They're coming out in these big buckets, pardon me, for the 250th anniversary of the United States. And I'll tell you what they got going. Of course, they got the Gadsden on there, the yellow. It just looks like the flag I showed you. 22 long rifle buckets, 1,400 count of 36 grain hollow point. I don't have any prices for you right now, but muzzle velocity of 1260, which is pretty much standard for your 36 grain 22 rimfire. But for the handgunners who like to run cartridges, turn cartridges into spent brass, like our man Axe Hondo, Remington's got a 300 round bucket of 9mm, 115 grain. Oh, they're even hollow points. Nice. Okay. Holla at you point. Axe is more of I'm definitely more of a hollow point guy. When I shoot shit, I like to see it come apart. Muzzle velocity 1145. That's pretty good. And plus you can use it hollow point. You can use it to open up a little bit instead of just FMJ. For the rifle crowd, which what I would include myself in, don't tread on me in quotes, as two different options for the 223 Remington and the 7.62 by 39, which we mentioned earlier, right? They're talking about doing that 30 cal. Whatever. What the hell was that thing called again? Olympic Arms 30 something. Anyways, 200 round count in the bucket, featuring a 45 grain jacket. This is for the 223. 45 grain jacketed hollow point, projectile at 3,550. And my buddy Brian had some of these 45 grain Remingtons, prairie dogging. I was extremely impressed by this thing. This thing absolutely destroys freaking prairie dogs and shoots flat. I mean, Bry's got a sweet AR for it, but yeah, these 45 grain Remington, one of the better rounds they make, in my opinion. I think I shot a few, just grouped them up, and depending on the price, I might get some of these for prairie dogs, because this is basically, you put this thing like 2 inches high at 100 zeroed, and you're probably good out to 300 yards. Just put the crosshairs on and let her freaking eat, man. For those who enjoy time with their A-Gay 47s or Ruger Mini 30s, did you say? Yeah, I did. Remington bucket offers a 125 grain soft point bullet at a muzzle velocity of 2,365 feet per. And I liked at least that they're doing it in a soft point, not an FMJ. Again, if you got your A-Gay or your Ruger Mini 30 and you actually do want to hunt deer or something a couple hundred yards, you got a soft point that actually will kill them, right? And get a clean kill on them. I like that. Good job, Remington. I like that. And they got a little deal here. The Gadsden flag certainly represents the defiant American spirit, and Remington represents over 200 years of American shooting history. Right on, man. Right on. I'm going to check into these for sure. And 45 grainers, I do like that. I like that a lot. Let me check on that Facebook page, see if anybody's throwing any comments on here. Still live. Hey, man, I actually picked up a subscriber since we've been going live. Nice. Nope, no more comments. Brian did the test on there. I've still got 5. I appreciate you guys on Facebook. All right, I'm gonna hit one more thing here, unless you guys got something for. Like I said, we're talking current events. This one, so we all know, right? Like the left now is giving us this bullshit that they're. After the shooting, right? It was his constitutional right, JD, to carry his gun there to the. Yeah. You know what? It was his right to carry a freaking gun there. I'm not disputing that. What I am saying is, the video's out now from the week before, right? The guy was losing his shit. That doesn't pertain to when he got shot. Yeah, it does. It's setting a precedent for how the guy can't control himself. This son of a bitch keeps. See, I'm trying to do 2 things at once here, and some things I can multitask on, but this particular one is pissing me off because there we go. Okay, get out of there. Here we go. Where's the thing right here is what I'm looking for. You're trying to click on something and you hit something else and it freaking takes you there goddamn ever. Anyway, yeah, you can go. You're more than welcome to go to I think in North Dakota, you can't go to political rallies with a gun, but I couldn't care less if you go there with a gun. I get that, defending yourself, but when you inject yourself in and go and shove law enforcement out of the way, which he did, that's what started. He walked over there when the gal got shoved because she was interfering with him. The agent pushed her out of the way. He went over, pushed them. He got pepper sprayed, and then he kept fighting them. Well, in that case, and then the gun comes out, and they pulled he went down. He was still fighting them. I watched the video. They popped the mag. I just talked about this Wednesday when I was on with Clay and Bell, but I'll go over it again. Popped the magazine out, and then the guy reached in, pulled the gun. And then they were yelling, gun, gun, gun. He reached back. He must have felt them grab his mag, reached back, and they saw him reaching for the holster, and that's when the dude got shot. So you're more than welcome to. And Trump and a few other ones said, you can't carry a gun there. Well, they're wrong on that. And like I said, Trump's not a gun guy like people listening here, a lot of people listening here, and people who own guns are gunnies. But, you know, the Democrats are trying to make it. He wants to take your guns away. He doesn't. No, show me the goddamn bill and where he said, I want to take your guns away, because I can show you all kinds of shit where Democrats, and in fact, it's going on right now in Virginia. I talked about it last week, and it's going on in California. Gavin Newsom, that phony fuck, acts like he doesn't want guns taken away. God, these people are just so phony, which is what I'm going to talk. Was Brian, One Shot Cap says, was that true? He was armed both times. I'll tell you what, it looked like in that first video to me, he had, from what I'm seeing, he had it in small of his back. He had his holster back there with the gun in it. I think he was, from what I seen. I can't confirm that, but it sure looked like he did, and they say they are. But when they took him down there, they tackled him right away, and he quit fighting. And the next week there, when he got shot and killed, the guy wouldn't give up. He was on the ground freaking fighting him yet, man. Oh, how can he fight 4 guys or whatever it was? Listen, he would have quit fighting. He'd have been fine. Or if they'd have pulled the gun and seen it, and he was still fighting, and one of them would have picked that piece of shit up and body slammed his ass, then they'd have been going ape shit about that. Police violence! You can't win with these losers, man. They don't care what you do. They want free reign, and they want you out of their city so they can keep winning elections and get away with their fraud and all their other bullshit. So Brian Warner says, pisses me off that Wall says we shouldn't be referring to ICE as law enforcement. That does piss me off. That is, they don't have enough fucking training. Bullshit. Bullshit if they don't. I mean, they're probably right. A bunch of these guys probably are former military guys, and then, you know, I don't give a shit. You know, they're all freaking Proud Boys. And what exactly is wrong with the Proud Boys? Oh, God, you're a Proud Boys? Yeah, I've never had a problem with the Proud Boys. They were racist. Really, the head of the Proud Boys is a freaking Hispanic. So give me a fucking break with that bullshit. Anything that goes against what leftists believe is racist or freaking unconstitutional. The people who are constantly trying to piss on the Constitution, try to claim constitutionality, which I'm going to talk about right now. This complete loser, Ro Khanna is this loser's name, Democrat, California. There should be no additional funding for ICE. And by the way, we're going to get ICE defunded ICE is funded for the next 4 fucking years. So, and that's a lot of deportations, baby. A lot of deportations. In the 1 year since Trump's been in, real actual 2.5 million, be it by ICE, Border Patrol, whoever, or self-deportations, 2.5 million. Oh, what about Obama deported a shitload? Obama, and I'm not going to get into deep specifics, Obama and Biden counted contacts at the border. Like if they've seen him at the border, go, turn around, go back. They counted that as a deportation. And they would deport these same people multiple times or contact them and tell them to turn around and go back. They would count that as a deportation. Trump is actually getting, hard data on deporting, like actual deporting them, building the wall, sealing the border. These fuckers ain't coming across, right? Obama and Biden, interior deportations, like going and whatever, Minneapolis, getting them there and taking them down and deporting them. They didn't do a fraction of that what Trump did. So, and I know, Holman says it. They're saying these numbers because it works in their favor politically to say Obama and Biden deported more people. Obama said you can see the videos of him saying it. His numbers are actual deportations, and they're not coming back in here like they freaking did on these other ones. So I'm just telling you. I mean, look it up yourself. You can look it up yourself. I mean, and I can't get into. I seen a guy on Sean Hannity show talking about he was a border patrol guy, how it worked, and right. I'm not boots on the ground doing it. I'm just going by what the people who had boots on the ground freaking said. So, anyways, Ro Khanna, yeah, we're gonna defund them. And he also said they're violating the First, Second, and Fourth Amendment rights. They aren't. Ro Khanna, this piece of shit, he's worried about violating right. This Ro Khanna has supported every freaking single goddamn gun control bill that's ever been run under his beak, man. Every freaking one of them. All right, I got a few comments here. Hey, Steve Langley, how's it going, buddy? Buddy of mine there used to run Friends NRA here when I was volunteering for him too. They are stupid. They have more training than regular law enforcement. Maybe so that I can't confirm, Steve. I'll go, but they have plenty of training to handle illegal aliens and shitheads who want to get violent with them in when they're doing their freaking job, man. Democrats voted for the laws. Chuck Schumer, the guy who way back, you can see him doing it on video. Chuck Schumer voted for the laws to deport these people. You know, but what happened? Well, they saw how many freaking votes they keep getting from these illegals. And matter of fact, not just illegals. I just heard a guy again the other day, and I know there's people who disagree with me on this, but they're fucking wrong. Immigrants in general who come here end up voting for Democrats. So you can go ahead and just, I think he was on Clay and Buck's show. But yeah, I mean, but illegals for sure. And then they get the census. They get all these illegals in these areas, and they count them in the census, so they get more representatives, like House representatives and shit. With all the deportations, they're going to lose like 8 or 10 House districts. The Democrats are, because we're not going to count freaking the deportations, and they're changing the law. So by 2030, I think they're not going to be able to count all these illegals, and you're going to count them by citizens then, and not just by population, which is the way it should be. Why the fuck should we count representation in our House of Representatives on fucking illegals? No, that's the stupidest fucking no common sense leftist bullshit I've ever heard right there. Get the fuck out of my face with that. I don't like your language. Fuck you. If you don't like my language, don't watch my show. That's the kind of shit I'm going to say on here. I like saying the F word. And my man Brian on Fellow MV says it's an exclamation point on shit. I mean, I'm not going to make it every other word, but when I start getting fired up, it's going to come out. Anyways, you guys got, it just feels good. It makes you feel good. You guys got anything else you want to hit on? What are we in here? Hour and 2 minutes. If you guys don't have anything else, bring something up. We're gonna head to the AI 2A Second Amendment fire sign and cash it in. I'll give you guys a few more. Like I said, I don't have the podcast up and running yet. All right, Brian says saying ICE doesn't have the proper training is like saying a mechanic at a Ford garage isn't qualified to work on a Nissan. Right, exactly, Brian, and I'll take it. Our man Axe Hondo, he doesn't work for Ford. He doesn't work for Chevy. They own Lauer Auto Repair, and they can fix the same vehicles just like a guy at freaking Ford can. So that's a great analogy, Brian. I see. That's why I defer this really intelligent stuff to my MVE brothers like Brian. I got to remember that analogy actually. So I'm doing a Saturday show. Let me talk about this a little bit. Man, I don't know. Let me see. Okay, hold on here. I got a message here from my man Steve Langley. ICE agent training has shifted from a 22-week curriculum to a highly expedited condensed program. Okay, hold on. I'm going with reports indicating it has been reduced to roughly 6 to 8 weeks, approximately 42 to 47 days as of early 2026. I mean, 8 weeks. People can easily be 8 weeks to handle. Yeah, I think that's more than enough. I mean, I don't know. Somebody should ask them what they think enough training would be, right? What's the police academy training? I don't know. Dan Brown, Dan, you were a sheriff. I mean, what was your training in handling crowds like that? I mean, how did you have a special section on handling crowds and riots and shit like that? I don't know, but 8 weeks to me seems right? I mean, I watch some border patrol training too, and I think they do the same thing, like firearms with that. And I don't know. I think 8 weeks sounds sufficient to me, for sure. Hey, Leon, what's up, my buddy Leon? I got you, Leon. Leon says more than enough training. LF, if you're watching in the comments, I got to get it straightened out with Restream here, man. Anyways, what I'm saying, so I did another Saturday show. I mean, I'm not set on Saturday. It's not going to be Saturdays. I'm either going to do Tuesdays or Thursdays, and next Thursday's not looking good. Leon says, got to train idiots to stop being idiots, to stop being 100%. 100%. The thing is, though, how do you do it, though, Leon? Because they don't think they're idiots for doing that. They think they're freaking freedom fighters, man. And I don't know. I don't have an answer for how I don't know that there is an answer, right? I mean, I've seen a lot of shit. Anyways, let me finish my thing about days. It's either going to be on Tuesdays or Thursdays. Next week, I definitely can't do it Saturday. We're making sausage. That's smoke day. Thursday's cut up meat day, so I'm thinking I might do it Tuesdays. I might stick with Tuesdays. I don't know what do you guys like better. If you guys got an opinion on what day you'd like me to do, Tuesdays or Thursdays, or you can put in the comments. How about you just fuck off and don't do shows anymore? I'll be fine with that too. One Shot Cap says most liberals don't have 8 weeks of schooling. Yeah, even if they do, they don't. Leon Francis says cracking heads. It's going to come to that, and that's what had to happen to what's a sputzer, the tail light kicker, the guy who couldn't control his temper against and he spit on him too. The son of a bitch spit. There ain't much more disrespectful and aggressive than spitting on somebody. Brian, more happy endings will cause more idiot educational retention. That there's a lot of truth to that, Brian. You're not going to stop them all, but it'll go from here to here, right? From here to here, from hot weather to really cold weather. You get what I mean? It'll shrink it down. Hey, I see the end of the show's coming. Well, maybe we got the biggest crowd we had going right now. We're talking current events here. You guys got anything you want to hit on? Put it in the comments here. I'll get to it. And I'm still waiting. Tuesdays, Thursdays. I would rather do Thursdays, actually, or maybe I ought to just skip next week. Because like I said, Thursday we're cutting up meat for sausage. Friday we're seasoning, stuffing. I'm going to get a little smoking, and all day Saturday's going to be smoking. And I guarantee you by Saturday night, I am not going to want to freaking be doing a live stream. So, I mean, I'll have some video. We'll probably have some shorts up or something. God, it's going to be good. I can't wait to make. I'm making 75 pounds of sausage myself. Some of my buddies are like, oh, I'm making 50. 50? You went through 50 pounds in like 4 freaking months, man. Make more than that. Jerky turned out great. Everybody I've given it to, unless they're lying to me, they said they like it. So I was happy with that. I actually had West Dakota, or not West, God, I always say West Dakota, Butcher Block, and man, and by the way, Butcher Block, damn fine job on making them deer sticks for me. It was 40% muley buck, Mercer County, Brecht land, muley buck, and 30 pounds of pork. They seasoned it, stuffed it. I smoked it. Oh, nectar, man. I love it. Steve Langley says he loves Tuesdays. All right, Steve. I'm good. Thursday. Leon says Thursday. Skip this week. All right. I'm definitely okay with skipping, man. Because I actually, if you feel like you're pushed or into rushed or into doing shit, like tonight, I got a new operating system on my phone. I updated it. That is the goddamn worst thing you can do, man. I don't know if you guys are on me board with me with this, but whenever I update their bullshit on the phone, it F's it up. And of course, it screwed everything up with my printer, and I had to sit there. I was freaking cutting hairs by the time I got all my shit printed off and read it, proofread it, and printed, and got it figured out how a new thing works with my printer, and it pissed me off. So I don't like rushing into a show, so I might just say to hell with it and do it. Steve Langley, your choice. I'm good with either one. All right, Steve. Hey, me too, brother. As long as you guys keep coming back, man. And like I said, I'm not going to have that pace scanner up by this week, so maybe I'm better off just skipping a week and then coming back and getting all my shit straightened out with Restream and getting these pace scanners up. Like I said, if you missed the beginning of the show, I want to do it like I want to be funded by my viewers and listeners. If I get some sponsors, so be it. Why would you want to do that? Because I like to just say whatever the fuck I want, like I just did there, and not worry about, and most of the Guns in the 701 sponsors, they were awesome, man. They didn't give a shit what we said, and that's how I want it. If I can get a sponsor or sponsors, like that, I will do it. I will do it because I'm not a PC show. I'm not doing this to like this is going to be my real job, man. No, I got a regular job. This is going to be supplemental. I love doing it. I love getting the information. I love talking about guns, hunting, shooting, shit like that, outdoor shit, side by sides, whatever. I love doing that. I love making the videos like I did the Coyote Rifle Steel Challenge, which I love everybody who watched that and shared it. Thank you all. That video kicked effing ass. It was great. Leon says redirect printers are the word. Oh, man. I mean, my wife even gave me a few looks. She's like, what is freaking wrong with you? Because I was losing my shit on. I'm not a freaking techie dude like that. Shockingly, I figured it out. I mean, I just had to sit back. You take it the birth breaths, got that going. I got to figure it out. Even a knuckle dragon, uneducated gun nut loser like myself got to figure it out. And I'm glad I did. Worked out good. Brian Warner says, if you build it, we will come. Okay, Brian. I love that shit. I love it. I am going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it for for sure. 3 months. This is the second show in, so I got a while to go. I want to make sure I'm going to get enough. I'm going to do this thing, and if I ain't getting enough to make it worth my time, I'm probably still going to do some videos either way, just because I go to the range and test shit and I shoot shit. And Axe is one of my best friends, and we go out, and him and I love doing that kind of shit, shooting prairie dogs, deer hunting season with my family and friends. I mean, nothing's better than that. And if I can video that, that's freaking great, man. I love doing shit like that. So, I mean, I hope I can do both and make a little money worth my time. So I guess when the scanner comes up or the subscriptions to my live stream, well, I guess we'll find out if I'm worth the shit. Oh, all right. I guess nobody else has got anything. Appreciate everybody. I'm gonna say right now, we probably two or three times the audience we had last week. I'm gonna get that shit figured out for the podcast. I'm gonna get the scanner up. I'm gonna get the comments things fixed. And when we come back, I think I'm going to do what my brother, Leon said here. Skip next week because all them days it's sausage making week for me. Sausage Fest 2026. I know some Sausage Fest. That's right, real sausage, not the kind we make fun of sausage. And we'll be back in a week after that. I should be settled in on whatever day. I will let everybody know. Steve says, how can we donate to the cause? Steve, I'm going to get it up. I'm going to have the scanner on here. It'll be up in the corner. You can scan it with your phone, and I'll have that. And I think a gal was telling me how I can do it through Venmo, through donations like that. I'd like to do like a subscription thing. I think I can get that figured out with the scan codes. Where I'm going to go, kind of like Clay and the boy. Clay and I were talking about it before I left, and Guns in the 701 got it. Every month you $10, $20, $30, or whatever you want to put in a month comes out of your account automatically. I mean, that's what I would like. I would love to have it that way instead of just one-time donations. But hey, like I said, we're going to see how it works. We're going to give the Obama. We're going to see how it works, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, shit. Oh, all right, guys and gals. Great talking to you guys this Saturday. Have a great, tomorrow's going to be a nice day. I'm going to the range. Reloading bench is right there. I'm going to get some 6.5s loaded up in the 120 Spirit Gold Dots. I'm going to have two different kinds of powders, groups, velocity, and we're going to shoot a little longer range, probably out to 500. Probably have some, Axe and I haven't shot any water jugs in a while. I got a mass supply building up. I think I'll reload some extra ones up for some water jug action, slow-mo. I might even do my special, beautiful art paintings of faces on the jugs like I used to do. Take care, One Shot Cap. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you jumping in and watching the show again, man. Appreciate your coming back every week I'm on to watch it. Appreciate all you guys. Blizzard out east, Leon says, man. Yeah, it was here this morning. Not a blizzard. We got about, I'd say about an inch, maybe a little more here for snowed hard for an hour. Maybe a little bit of drizzle came first, but Waylon Turnus, great show, JD. Have a great evening. Thank you, Waylon. You have a great evening yourself. I'm gonna get some caps coming, you guys too. I mean, this one I still got this is my older logo, the high hat. I know big dudes like Brian Warner like these kind of hats; they fit them good. But I got some other logos coming. I still haven't settled on one. My guy at HH Apparel probably hates it when I call him like, God, this guy's got another idea for his freaking logo. I like the orange. Yeah, man, and I like the one I got. I like this one too. This one I don't. I'm not gonna make. Let's see if I can. No, that's not the one I was doing right there. Whoops. What the hell did I do wrong here? All right, here's the background. Where's my background? There, that's the one I got. This is the here. This is what I'm talking. I like this one, but this would be a hard one to make a, like a logo on your cap. So I'm kind of like, I don't think that one's gonna fly. And of course, I got these other ones here that you had last week. I don't know. I might just stick with just the 701 Nation with no gun, and I don't know. We'll see. I want to get some gear. The hats that fit right on the head, I like those better. They're them decky golf caps, which when I first wore it around Axe like, oh, you got a golf cap. And I'm like, I didn't know people knew that was a thing, but they do. All right, guys, we're gonna head out the show just like we brought it in. AI two-way with a little Second Amendment fire. Lots of detail, says Leon. Yeah, there is. It's nice. Yeah, I know, for a decal that maybe a decal that might work. LF, we'll see. I am going to get some decals up too. Those will probably be just for freaking giveaway, but we'll see. All right, guys. No show next week. Weekend after. I hope to have everything straightened out as far as the donation tabs and in the comments on Facebook. I'm going to get on that tomorrow or maybe right after the show. And looking forward to it. Until then, everybody have a great week. Weather's going to warm up. It's going to be some great sausage making weather. If you know me and you live around, swing by next Friday or Saturday, have a few beers with the boys. And hey, you might, boys and girls, you might end up leaving with a ring of some sweet JD's 701 sausage. Ooh, that's a good name, right? 701 sausage. All right, guys. We'll see you later, guys and gals. Defend the second, my friends.
Born with the right, etched in stone. Second Amendment, we stand alone. Guns in our hands, freedom's call. Hunt the wild, never take the fall. Fire, lock and load, let them roar. Shoot 'em straight, Second Amendment score. Buckshot flying, deers in sight. Rock the range on the night. Rifle raised high, one clean shot, watch a trophy fly. Targets down